Why am I over there? Hello. I'm playing Broken Game. I'm playing a game Capcom decided to release without much thought. The game's good, apparently. But, what the fuck are you doing? So, we're gonna take a look at something. We're gonna take a look at something real quick. From the community hub. This is what they decided to release. Now, I'm sure this game is amazing. I'm sure this game is phenomenal. But please fix your goddamn game. This is what they decided to release. This is the assumption everybody's using Windows, of course. They're like, oh, just do this. Do all this shit. If you look at the discussion, if you look at the original, fuck, where's the, I can't even find the original post, but, fuck, where is this at? basically they release a guide to try to troubleshoot shit, right? And people are still falling, you know, having issues. At least take a look at the discussion. Okay, I'm not looking at that. That is not the thread I was looking at. Where the fuck is it? It's a thread post I found. I don't want to read all that other garbage that I just saw, but I don't condone people saying shit about those people, but let me see who I could find. Not who, but let me see if I could find the post. It's a post I found. There it is. Steam community. Oh wow, yeah, I opened up Fire Dragon. I'm gonna switch to that after tonight. Yeah, so look at this. So they release all these PC requirements. Well, all these quote-unquote fixes, which is, a lot of the stuff doesn't really fix the game. Like maybe updating your DirectX might. I do want to test something in a minute. But other than that, a lot of the stuff is just normal, like verify your cache, make sure you update all your stuff. This is just normal gaming stuff, and I think a lot of people have already done this. And this is where people were like kind of upset. Then we go ahead and look on something like ProtonDB. What the hell is this? Whatever that search engine was. We can look at something like ProtonDB. We go to Monster Hunter Wilds. Well, there might be some fixes available, the game is basically broken. This is probably one of their worst launches. It's their best launches, but it's also their worst launches. I'll explain why. And mainly, it's really bad launch on PC. Everywhere else is pretty good, apparently. Like, if right now, if you were to play the game, you absolutely had to play the game. And you had like a PS5, Xbox, you know, one of those two. Get it on that game. Get it on that. Just do that. Don't do what I did and get a key and hoping the PC port would be good. Because apparently we're returning back to PC ports, where the PC ports are being shit. I'm still gonna try to attempt to play it tonight. Which is the only other way to get around the bad PC port nowadays is when I eventually get a second computer, all the streaming overhead will be for that, and like the game will just have the computer by itself. That way there will be no issues on that for the most part, because then it'd be effectively treated like a console at that point. But right now, if somebody's using a single PC setup like I'm using a 16 gigabyte of VRAM card for this game. This should be plenty for it. Even 8 gigabytes should be plenty, let alone 12. And we're having people who could barely fucking play the game. We have people who have 4090s. A couple that may have gotten a hold of a 5090 before it starts melting in their computer. They can barely play the game. The game is not optimized at all. There's no amount of fixes that Capcom's going to be able to do to fix this. You know, at least short term like this. They actually have to release patches. They have to focus on that for now. Make sure your game's playable on Steam. Make sure it's playable everywhere and stable, especially when you're promoting something like crossplay. When you're doing something like that, it's kind of hard to justify a broken game. Now, I bought a key, so I didn't really buy it directly from I bought it off Green Man Gaming. So, like, it may have came from Capcom, I don't remember. So I'm not gonna be able to refund it, right? But I had no plans on refunding it either. But a lot of people have been refunding it too. And the game went from overwhelmingly positive to 53% positive, which is mixed. A lot of people are saying this shit, like, is not good. the multiplayer right now, and I tried to play it last night. Fucking stupid. The game, people are falling into problems where the game is crashing on them. People have had like competent, good setups. People have setups that can run fucking Monster Hunter World at fucking 4K resolution, right? No issues. Try to run this game, every issue fucking occurs out of the gate. This game has more issues than the Black Myth Wukong did at launch. Crazy shit. This game is less optimized than their other game that's also not really good, doesn't have really good optimization, which is this one, Inuchi Game I Path of the Goddess. Now, I could probably play this game now because I have a better GPU, better GPU, but it's still not great in terms of optimization. The benchmark doesn't matter. Actually, the benchmark is just basically a lie. I'm going to just fucking uninstall it. The benchmark was the expectation. The expectation was, this is how well it's going to run on your system. Well, that didn't happen. The game that released, that we got, is different from the stuff you'd get from the benchmark. Benchmark is actually more stable. It did have some freezing and hitching as well, but that's like an early kind of thing. They could patch that out. Like I could hope they could patch it out for like AMD and NVIDIA GPUs just to make it find a fix for it that make sure there's no like freezing or stutterings right now. Regardless, when we have a game like this, where all the other past games, outside maybe a couple, like Monster Hunter Rise, when it got launched and release, smooth as butter. Nobody had many issues with this game. You know why? Because this was originally on the Switch. That means it was already optimized for at least 30 FPS. Then when it was put on here to be updated and upgraded, basically being the definitive edition of the game, the game just runs smoother, right? It's just infinitely smoother. World, of course, World had, you know, not so great, World had not so great, had not so great launch, but the caveat, instead of releasing the game on all platforms at once, January it got released on Sony PlayStation, and then all the way in September it eventually got released on PC, which by then it would have already been mostly optimized, and it basically worked pretty good for a while. And even like some people even made like a fan thing to kind of like make it work better on NVIDIA GPUs for a little bit until they were able to like fully patch it. Now we have this where they do a multi-platform release, and it creates the issue to where now they're being overwhelmed with crunch, because not only are they having problems with keeping the game stable, they're also having issues trying to even get people to still play the game if they're streaming. Because a lot of streamers are not liking the fact that it will either crash OBS, cause the whole system to freeze, or do both. So, unless you have a dual PC setup, or you have another console to play this on, a lot of people are avoiding this until this gets fixed. And I completely understand it. I'm gonna try to play it tonight. If this shit crashes on me tonight, I'll wait until my other computer's done. Because at least by then, I could at least go, okay, this runs just fine. Because it ran fine. I turned the stream off, right? I turned the stream off last night. I played a little bit of it. The game ran fine. It still didn't look great, but it still ran better than what it did on stream. Which, for whatever reason, this game uses video encoding processors. The video encoding processors for this game are conflicting with OBS, which also uses video encoding processors. So it doesn't matter how much VRAM you have, if the encoder is having conflicts, it's causing encoding overloads, then you're not gonna have a good time. Which is why people are having these problems. There was a person who made a video on Digital Foundry that I watched today, and it's basically that. The texture encoding, which is being fed through the video encoder through the GPU, is not playing nice with OBS, for example. And a lot of people like to stream this game, unless they don't have a console. Well, one of the main problems is they want to stream the game, but one of Capcom's supposed fixes for the game. Let's see if I can find it. Powerful software like video recording applications can compromise the game's performance and stability by using a lot of CPU, GPU memory, or I/O bandwidth. If the game is suffering from performance issues, please close as many applications as possible while playing. Basically, they're saying only have the game open. You can't stream it if you have one computer. If you do that, you're gonna run into problems. And I can guarantee you, I will definitely run into problems tonight, despite me actually wanting to play the game. Which I'll give it like tonight to play it, right? If not, I might wait until I get my other computer up and going. That way I could kind of like actually play the fucking game. So this game has problems. Capcom needs to fix these problems instead of releasing a half-assed guide trying to state, oh, you can do all this shit. Good luck. No, fuck no. There's a reason why people are marking down your game. There's a reason why people are not very happy right now, because they expected a AAA experience out the gate with no issues, with no problems. And it's even worse when some people are experiencing even worse performance than they did on the beta, and the beta was pretty fucking bad. The beta sucked. That's basically my criticism on that. Oh, there's Twitter. I see. Anyways, we're gonna try to play this game tonight. I know some people have already played, tried to play it as well. And a lot of people are still playing it. So, we're gonna try to. If not, I'll wait. I'll wait, or I'll play a different Monster Hunter game until then. If I run into significant issues. Now I did, I'm gonna go ahead and just boot the game up. I'm gonna go and boot the game up. Now I am running this on like low settings with the anti-aliasing at 16x to make it like not blurry as fuck. So I hope this can actually be played. Not when I wait. Can't refund this forever until Valve decides to say fuck that and decide to be a shit company. But until then, we'll be fine, I guess. Alright. Now the stream FPS might dip because this game is very optimized, obviously. And if it has issues, I'll just wait. I'll do other things. I'll wait until they patch the fucking game, or I'll just get a second computer going, which I'm basically halfway there. I'm basically halfway there. And normally I don't like I was all this fucking listening music while I'm at it. Normally I don't like preach or say something like that, like out the gate in the stream, but I've noticed a lot of issues. In worst case scenario, I could just wait. I mean, it's in my library, it's my Steam library. It's not going anywhere, I hope. So like, you know, I can wait if things go bad. Now, I only hope that, like, I can at least stream the game. Which, honestly, I may even try... Because apparently this game has de novo. This game has de novo anti-tamper, which is the other fucking problem. You know what de novo is? It lets you only launch the game 5 times. If you have issues and it keeps crashing 5 times, you can't launch the game for 24 hours. That's horrible. Who the fuck thought that was okay? Use the I'd rather them use the thing that Rise is using, which doesn't have de novo, and it's just better. And Denuvo is also making the game's performance being compromised. So if they can switch up Denuvo for whatever the fuck Rise had or whatever World has, like, I don't think World actually has any of that shit actually. But if they could at least do what Rise has, just use that. Don't fucking use Denuvo. Denuvo sucks. Denuvo actually makes games fucking horrible. And a lot of these games keep Denuvo for a little bit until they either drop it or they're like Dragon Ball Fighters and they just fucking keep it. And it's very anti-consumer, especially if you're having issues and the game keeps crashing on people. Or you have to close the game and open it. And if you only do it every now and then or do it for 24 hours, well, I guess you're not playing the game. Capcom has a lot of things they need to think about because people need better performance for these games, and they also need to get rid of Denuvo. Based on the merit alone that if you can't launch your game with it. And honestly, I think Steam should just ban Denuvo. If Steam could ban Denuvo anti-tamper, say no game can have Denuvo anti-tamper, we are done. Then let them do that. And honestly, I think it probably wouldn't be honestly, I wouldn't mind emailing support to see if they could try doing that. But like, I don't know how far that would actually go, really. But if we can get like Steam to like say no more Denuvo, I'm fine with that. Fuck Denuvo. Denuvo sucks. Use the other things you were using that are much better. They are less invasive. They're better. Also, apparently what I found out is if you were to switch the Proton version to a different one, apparently it uses, if you do that and then launch the game, it counts as, I mean, if you do that, I think it's you either do that with launch the game or you do that without launching the game. I don't know, but it's like if you switch the Proton version, apparently it counts as a Denuvo tick. You know, you get 5 per day for 24 hours. I know Denuvo sucks because I tried to run Dragon Ball Fighters. And I ended up getting logged out after a couple times. So like a lot of this Denuvo shit's very anti-consumer. I hate it. I don't know why they thought it was a good idea. I hope people complain so much that they get rid of it. Because Devil May Cry at one point I think ended up getting rid of it as well. Because I think they had Denuvo on that actually. They did actually. Now that I think about it, they had Denuvo on Devil May Cry 5 for a little bit, and people complained about the performance, complained about a lot of things. And the moment they got rid of it, the game started running better. So I have a feeling that's probably going to be what's happening here. The moment they get rid of this for Denuvo, the game's going to start running better. And not only that, if they optimize the game, it's going to run even better. So get rid of Denuvo and optimize your fucking game. Because the other games don't fucking have that. And I'm not sure like if Capcom's getting paid by Denuvo to keep it on there for a while, which I hope like at the very least, I hope that's the case. That way it's like on there for 6 months or on there for 3 months and it gets removed afterwards. As long as the end result that it gets removed, I'm fine with it. But if it comes to the point to where you know, I didn't even like enable all the Mango HUD shit. But like if it gets to the point to where they are causing problems to make it unenjoyable to play the game, and it's also Denuvo contributing to that, they should probably get rid of the Denuvo. Like they should 100% get rid of it because Denuvo is not a good thing to keep. It's very bad. I just hope I have a decent experience tonight, and if I have fun and I don't have any problems, I'm just gonna say like maybe it might have just been the launch options too. But like, it still doesn't excuse how bad the game runs. I've seen 2 Digital Foundry videos. One of them, the game runs pretty fine on PS5 and Xbox, you know? Runs better on PS Pro, you know? PC, it runs like shit. For most people. Like, not a lot of people have a 16GB of VRAM card or a 24GB of VRAM card. Like, those are the people who could play the game right now. And if you have 12, you could barely play the game. If you have 8, and in the game's current state, if you have 8GB of VRAM, even though your card might be really powerful, the game doesn't care. The game will not like work as the way it's actually supposed to be intended to work. It just sucks. From everything that I've seen. I hope these launch options actually fix the issue to where it causes the game to freeze. And if the game freezes and it causes my performance to dip on OBS, which it might end up happening, and it only happens at random, you might see the stream freeze, which isn't good. So I'll try to play as much as I can tonight. If it does fine, I'll be okay. But if not, I will wait until I, at the very least, get a second computer. Because by that time, all these programs I run in the background, they will all be on the other computer, including the VTubing software and everything else like that. And then I will just have the game on one computer. And then it will help. And then I will miraculously no longer have a lot of these problems people are having. I might have the freezing problem still, but the whole stream won't freeze. That's like one of the caveats. Like the stream would not freeze after that. The game would. The game would if it ended up getting like having some sort of performance hitching and stuff. So like I hope we get the good ending where Capcom goes, okay, I'm sorry about, they do like a presentation and they're like, we are so sorry we had caused a lot of problems for people on PC. We are going to go ahead and remove de novo and optimize the game. Expect these updates in the coming weeks. If they do that, 100%, I can then vouch for Capcom if they do that. If not, and they're like ignoring it, and they pretty much go, oh, just do this, and it doesn't fix the game, they're gonna kill Monster Hunter. That Wilds could be the death of Monster Hunter if they don't fix it. I hope they realize that. Or it could be the death of their Monster Hunter World-ish, their Monster Hunter World series of Monster Hunter. They'd have to rely on jumping off of what Rise was making, because Rise was technically separate. They would have to rely on that, so they'd be able to do what the fuck Rise was doing but better. I think people would still like that, but it's gonna at least kill one of the aspects of Monster Hunter. And I just hope, they actually do the right thing. And I really do hope they do. I think they eventually did with World. The other problem that people are having too is FrameGen. A lot of these graphics cards cannot use FrameGen. FrameGen should not be a crutch for games that are being released nowadays. This is like companies releasing AI and expecting AI to do everything for them. And yes, I do get FrameGen is basically a form of AI. I get that. It's being used in your GPU to help you play the game. But you should be able to allow people to turn it off and at least get 60 FPS, a consistent 60 FPS across all games across the board, with whatever GPU you have. That's the medium, high, or high tier kind of things. It's just frustrating. Now the game is taking forever to compile, so I'm not sure why that's happening. But those are the frustrations people are facing online. And I'm not going to say this game is perfect. No, fuck no, it's not perfect. The game has when you're playing the game and the game is working, it's fun. That's what a lot of people have said. It's fun if it works. But if people can't get the game to work and it continues to crash and they get locked out of a $70 purchase, despite not being able to play the game at all, not even hit the character creator, that's a problem. It's a huge problem. So their best course of action moving forward is to optimize the game, make it worth a damn for people to play it, even on the Steam Deck, optimize it for that too. Optimize the game, get rid of de novo, and continue to optimize the game while you're doing your updates. If they can do that and do it good, all these issues they're having with the community and people buying the game, it will go away. That is the easy way out. The first step is to get rid of de novo. The next step is to optimize your game. If you want something like de novo, use whatever the fuck Rise is using, because apparently it works fine without causing problems. So use that, don't use de novo, or just take it off entirely, and then just optimize your game. Make your game playable. Make it not look like shit. On systems that are way more powerful than a PS5, but somehow the PS5 is doing better right now. And then, moving forward, as you're continuing to optimize the game, as you're continuing to get more people to play your game, as you're continuing to even get Steam Deck users to play your game if it's optimized well enough, you will notice your revenue will increase. People will be doing less refunds. And your score on Steam will go from mixed to very positive or overwhelmingly positive. They need to do that. Like, companies need to stop feeding into this bullshit where they think, oh yeah, we just enable the Lenovo anti-taper. Like, who the fuck gave them that idea? Or also, it's like, who the fuck gave them the idea to rely on a frame gen? Do what you did with Street Fighter V. Where's the passion? You know, make the game better toward the end. But at least do the opposite. Make the game better toward the beginning and don't make it fucking shit toward the end either. Actually make it playable instead of garbage. That being said, I'm still gonna play the garbage, but that's besides the point. Assuming it works on an RX 7600 XT with 16 gigabytes of VRAM, which should actually just be enough. Because the game doesn't technically use more than 6 unless there's some sort of bug. And in cutscenes, it doesn't use more than 10 or 11. Some people have said that it's using at least 19 out of their 20. I don't know how the fuck that's happening. But that's basically what I'm seeing. I'm not sure why their VRAM is fluctuating so much, and I think it's because it's not optimized. And I think people are realizing that if you are releasing an optimized game, well, don't expect people to play it. I've had people on my timeline on Blue Sky, even on Twitter, go, I'm so excited to play this game. I was so excited last night too. And people started running the issues with their whole, like on Windows. Either the game wouldn't recognize your GPU, the game would make your OBS crash, or you would have vertex problems, right? On Linux, it's causing an issue to where it's causing lag spikes. And the lag spikes is coming from the video encoding. So the lag spikes go to that and it hits OBS, and OBS ends up freezing. Not only that, it also causes the game to freeze for a couple seconds. Now, it does ruin the flow of the gameplay. It absolutely does. But when it doesn't, it actually works really well. The game is when the game works really well and it's not having these problems loading these shaders for texture catching and everything, it works just fine. Outside of that, the game runs like shit on like everything across the board, even on low-end computers. Because like, let's face it, GPUs are getting more expensive nowadays. I'm even surprised I was able to get all of what I have right now. Not all the people have that kind of hardware. A lot of people play on the game. They play a lot of their games on potatoes. Like, you could play Monster Hunter World on a fucking potato. Not to mention, you could definitely do that on Rise. But like on World, you could play it on a potato. So why couldn't you play Wilds on a potato? Because they decided to do probably the worst thing ever. It sounded good on paper, RE Engine open world, right? Well, the RE Engine just can't handle it right now because it's not optimized. They would have been better off. Which, like, a lot of companies are like backing away from their own engines and using something like Unreal Engine. They've been better off using Unreal Engine for this game. No joke. They would have just been better off doing that. Unreal Engine 4, use this game, it probably would have been a lot more optimized out the gate than what RE Engine is. Because now they have to take more time to optimize their RE Engine stuff. Which RE Engine's good. I'm not gonna lie, RE Engine's good. But they have to take more time to optimize their RE Engine stuff in-house to make it then eventually work for Wilds. They need to they need to work on their QA department and not lie to people out the gate. The game will run much better on release. It didn't. It probably ran just as worse, if not even worse than what it did. So like, people need to like not buy the game on PC for a while. Or if you do, just get a key, because it's not coming directly from the vendor, because you didn't technically buy it, but you bought it off somebody. Or unless the vendor's putting it on Agreement Gaming, I'm not sure. But like, get it on console for now. Wait for PC to get better, maybe. I'm still playing it on PC regardless. That's what I got. Just a lot of these companies need to start realizing that can't be taking advantage of people like this and expecting them to buy the game and like enjoy it. And like right now, the concurrent player count's really high. Despite all the issues, people are still playing the game, which also sets a bad precedent. But people are still playing the game. But at the same time, those very people who are playing the game are also the people who are fucking complaining that didn't already like refund the game. So, I can only hope, at the very least, I can only hope by the middle of next month we'll get a patch. Or we'll get a patch like by next week or something. And if we get a patch, I'll be surprised if we get a patch tomorrow, honestly. If we get a patch tomorrow and it promptly solves all the problems, and then they eventually get rid of Denuvo, they'll have a much better game. But as it stands right now, their game is kind of like dog. Like, it takes forever to even compile shaders. Like, the shader compilation is actually based on what your CPU is, not so much your GPU. So, I have a Ryzen 5 5500, which is, like, better than what I had before, but it's still not amazing, because it's not like a 7300 or 7800 X3D or something. The worse your CPU is, the longer it's going to take to optimize game data, or quote-unquote optimize game data, right? It'll take a little longer for it to happen as you're playing the game. And that's assuming new updates and stuff are happening as well. So the worse CPU you have in terms of how this game handles it, the longer it's going to take. It took like when I watched the Digital Foundry thing, on higher end CPUs it takes about 5-6 minutes, right? Lower end CPUs it takes anywhere from 13 to 20 minutes. Inexcusable. It should just be the same. I mean, you already had me on Linux at the very least, do the Vulkan shaders. Now it's optimizing the game data, which is probably the same Vulkan shaders being optimized again. So it's not good. Actually quite bad how they're doing everything. Like, if I continue to have issues, I'll just continue streaming Genji. Dawn of the Samurai, I think it's that one. Yeah, it's not. I think the second game's Days of the Blade or something. But like, if that happens, I'll just continue streaming Genji until they fix it. Because Genji's pretty cool. I mean, they got fucking the Kamakuri counter and shit. Crazy shit. Oh, game's playable now. Play the game. Let's see what happens. Will the game crash my computer? The game crashes my computer. I'm no joke. I'm probably just gonna go to bed. But like, we'll see. Yep. The Hunt Assistance Pack that you get is from Discord. They do a little Discord thing. So they're doing everything they can to try to make this worth a damn. I'm kind of curious. If I cap the frame rate at 30. I will play the game at 30, right? We'll see what happens if I do that. Actually, I don't want to do that. I should be able to play the game at 60. I mean, look at the VRAM, right? I mean, you can't see it, but like the VRAM's saying 6.57 gigabytes out of 15. So basically it says there should be enough. Well, apparently not. Oh, okay, so now since I have, okay, so this is good. I have VSync now. I didn't have this option prior to this, so I didn't have Mango HUD installed. Now I have Mango HUD installed, and I have it installed globally. So I hope VSync also fixes the problem. So we'll see what happens. But do that. I mean, technically I should be able to run the game on high, but I don't think the game's like liking that too much. Is anything like, I don't know. Like everything else is just gonna have to stay the way I put it. Now, if I were to play the game online, this is probably what's gonna happen. The game's probably gonna lag. Despite my settings, it's probably gonna lag anyways. I may have to play in an online single player lobby tonight. Of course, it's gonna load. See how bad this is running? Because now we have the online overhead worrying about it. I'm probably gonna have to fix GoVerlay so I can actually see the statistics, but like, this is what we're working with. Login bonus. Okay. Thing is, I just don't like the way the game looks right now. Play with the settings a little bit. Ultra performance just sucks ass. And the problem is, like, if you try to run this on native, it's gonna cause problems too. This is just how it's gonna have to be played, I guess. Now I did get, that's not what I'm trying to do. I did get layered armor. I do like that you get optimizations like this. I mean, not optimizations, but you do get. Hi, Gorilla. How you doing? What's up? You like playing broken game? I do. I like playing broken game. I'm probably gonna go into a single player lobby before this shit crashes my game though. Yeah, best games are broken right now. Hero Max members in general lobbies, honestly, that's probably more stable. But we're just trying to play the game tonight. I'm not trying to like play online just yet. I'm gonna wait. Like, I'm gonna wait before I play online with people because I need to at least get a second computer going. I'm basically, it says $250, but I'm at least $200 away from it. And it might be even less by tomorrow. But I will end up getting a thing going, you know. Oh God. I think this is because like it's loading everything in. The thing is, like, if I wasn't streaming, this would be fine. This would not have me, like, this would not give me a significant amount of problems. I'm turning off HDR. It's probably causing issues too. VSync's pretty good. On like Linux, it's pretty good. I'd rather it run at native. I think native is causing, yeah, performance problems. Probably lower the sharpness. You simply turned off upscaling. Okay, but yeah, it causes issues. Because, like, if you turn off upscaling, it also causes issues with OBS. If you're streaming on one computer, it does actually perform worse. If it's two computers, it'll probably perform better. Let's keep it on like medium for now. Try to play the game, I guess. This shit's gonna be night and day whenever I get my other computer going, though. I'm running this shit at max settings, just seeing what happens. Look at all these mushy textures. My God, the frame rate. This is like lowest, right? Like, my GPU should not be having these problems. And the problem is I can't turn off upscaling. I'll have to do this to kind of even things out. Might as well play GBA mode, I guess. Wait, what the fuck am I looking at? Imagine settling for this kind of shit just to play the game at a 60 frames per second. Couldn't be me. Like, this is worse than how Discord encodes shit when trying to record it. It's a chicken. God. Encoding overloads. I hate this fucking game already. Like, I'm sure this game will be amazing, right? But for like a single computer, this is like damn near impossible to stream on. Yeah, let's see. Performing even worse. I don't even know. I'll play the game at 30, I guess, for now. Which I kind of wonder if that would, like, make everything else better. Because if VSync's on and it's going at 30, probably push the texture quality up. It still looks like shit. Wish the game would stop trying to recommend SOS flares, so I don't really care about that. Game like looks like shit without a lot of this stuff. Being completely honest here. You have to run the game at 30 in order for it to be stable. What the fuck, Capcom? I'm also not sure like why the game looks like this. Just like continue to turn the options up as I go. It's probably the shadow quality actually. But who knows, you know. Great. It took it a moment to come back, but this is the kind of shit I'm talking about. Let me turn some of these fucking settings down. This game's fucking unstable. Is that a Dodogama? I guess the game somewhat looks confident now, despite the random hitches. Ooh, Turf War. Oh, the Dodogama's coming. What the fuck? I'm going to assume 30 FPS is basically what the Switch is probably going to get. I mean, the Switch 2 is probably going to get whenever it gets this game. Because the Switch will not be able to run this game, unfortunately. Oh my god, what the fuck? What cut his tail off? Take that shit real quick. The game's stable at 30 FPS. VSync on. This should not be the intended experience, though. I I'm kind of curious about something. If I set the FPS to 59, will it be stable? Do I have a Geely handle? I forgot about that. Okay, good. Oh, bones. Bone pile. Give me that. I need to complete my armor set. Thank you, Grillo. You have a good night. Yeah, I'll definitely try my best with my hunts, as long as the game lets me play the game. Let's mess with some settings, though. I really don't like being blue and motion blur. They're kind of negligible, but... If I, like, did the... Like, I can't... Looks fine from the side though, yeah. Alright, let's see what happens. 59. It's not hitting the 60 FPS marker. Yeah, it looks fine from the side, but it all looks blurry. It's like not good. Like all the textures look blurry. Yes, okay, I'm gonna use heavy bowgun as well. Yo, I'm HR2. Okay, this game lets me do that. Cool. Do it here. So 59, and I'm keeping everything else the way it is. I feel like HDR doesn't really contribute that much, but I've played games without HDR, so I don't think I need it. VSync got disabled for whatever reason. Interesting. I think it just really goes down to the texture filtering. But even that is like, be fine. Have you tried Mango Head? That's what I'm using. I'm using Mango Head. You threw Goverlay though. I'm gonna go ahead and equip my other weapon real quick. I already have the heavy bow gun. Perfect. Yeah, I have Mango Head. I didn't like set it to enforce VSync though. think the game just has issues trying to hit 60. Like the game is more stable at 30. Like no joke, it's just more stable at 30. Like, I don't know why that's the case right now, but it's just more stable. Like, it's smoother, right? The game runs at least decently enough. Like, I've played games at 30 FPS before, you know? It will do for now. Cool. Okay, so this will do for now, because the game is very unoptimized. Let's see. Get to work. Mystery bone. Let's go. You can actually watch this without the fucking computer dying. I feel like whenever I do get the second computer going, I will enforce Mango Head to like force VSync. Maybe. Bone armor is probably the easiest thing to combine in any Monster Hunter game, by the way. Like, this is probably what I would be using in Monster Hunter 1 as well. Look what this looks like. Oh, this looks pretty cool. Very aristocrat-like. Cool, cool. I like that. I've seen this before in the beta. It looks fine. Yeah. I think I like the edit fur better. Like, I do like that there's multiple versions of this. Oh yeah, that looks much better. Ooh, okay. That's not bad. Might get that. About 480, it's the same attack from what I already have. But it's got the added element. I'm getting it. Like, I guess my best advice for right now is to just run the game at 30 if you're on PC until they fix it. Or until you get a second computer. This is what I'm hoping happens with mine. Ooh, I can get that. What is that? Okay, let's take a look at this. 135. 65. Bone shooter. I'll go ahead and just get the Chadacabra stuff. The Palico stuff. Leave it as is. Not bad, not bad. I'll take it. This looks fucking crazy, by the way. I like that. But at least, like, the game is playable, in a playable state that I'm not, like, losing my fucking mind. It does still look kind of questionable, though.
今まで聞いたことはなかったのだが、君は学術院でファビウス教に師事を？
本当ですね。初めてお会いしてからそれなりに経っているのに。はい、その通りです。先生の専門最終でそこで
専門？
もともとそれは
好きなものを聞いてもいい？
実今そのいいえ。
Do optional quests. I'll kind of like save those for later. Arthur Yasai. Who the fuck's that? Like, I guess since the game is like not like having an issue right now, I can update the texture, or like the update scaling mode. Well, not that. It'd be the... Oh god, okay, that actually might fuck with it. Native AA. I'll save native AA when I get like my other computer going. For now, we'll just be on quality. If it gets bad, I'll change it to different thing. Am I still dipping? That's fucking issues.
行きましょうか。では、僕たちの村。それじゃあ行きましょうか。
うわ、操るのが結構難しいな。
At least the CPU usage kind of went down,
セクレトがいるんですか？
which is good.
大人もヒナもたくさんいますよ。
It is kind of fluctuating though.
でも
And I guess like the other positive would be like if you are on a one PC setup and you absolutely have to play the game, just play the game locked at 30. Change the cutscenes to be locked at 15. I mean the background to be locked in at 15. Things are not like that are not loaded in, and then which I'll probably do the same thing when I get like a better setup going. And then cutscenes can be locked at 30 for like stability. Because right now, if you're trying to play the game, and you absolutely have to play it with this questionable amount of quality. You might want to like adjust your settings accordingly. That way, you can at least have a decent experience.
セクレトがあなた方の匂いに反応したので。
But above all else, if you have like a mid-range computer, run it at 30 until they fix the fucking game.
連れてきたよ。通してくれないか。
Because I'm not gonna say this game's like perfect on release, because it's not. I'm not gonna say the game's not broken, because it is. But the overall amount of bullshit people have to endure just to be able to play the game is fucking atrocious. So for now, we're basically playing it on like Xbox Series S quality, because that's basically what we're gonna get out of it. Or like a little bit close to that. I feel like the Xbox Series S will probably hit 30, while the Xbox Series X could probably hit 60. And of course, the PS5 will probably like hover around like 45 to 60 between stuff is going on, and maybe cutscenes for 30. But like, despite everything, I think the game looks okay right now. But in certain situations, it looks worse. That's cute. I hope we get a Final Fantasy DLC for this game when the game actually gets better. But so we can get our secret to change into like a Chocobo.
そうさせてもらおうよ。
わかった。では後で。
Alright. Can I change the way my secret looks?
準備はまだなんです。もう少し待ってください。
I have to wait till I get into like a tent to do that.
見せてもらおっと。みんな忙しそうだね。
Elder Ela.
そうだね。何かに備えているのかも。嵐が近いね。
Also, this will be the armor I'm using until I hit high rank. I'm not changing armor.
よく来たね。
There's no point.
話があるならそこにお座りなさい。嵐が来る前に組んでおいてもらおう。
Like in any Monster Hunter game outside of Monster Hunter 1,
族長さんはいらっしゃいますか？
maybe Monster Hunter 2, changing your armor
お入り。
really not recommended till you hit high rank,
くれたんだってね。
and then it's probably not recommended to change your armor again until you hit G rank. But this game's probably not gonna have G rank for a while. At least the game looks better than it did yesterday, and at least I could play the game without it fucking crashing all the time. Though it might freeze every now and then. That might be attributed to how the frame rate is kind of clashing with other things that are currently going on. I really am just bitching, but like, it's just how it is, you know? Like, this is the experience I have to take. I absolutely want to play it. And this is just where we're at. And every single bit of what I've said is the fucking truth. If not very close to that, because like, it's just the experience you're paying for. And unless Capcom changes things, this is what they're putting out here. Before you know it, Capcom will be like Ubisoft. This is a fucking headache. Also, by the way, different, changing the subject. Good Old Games has released a bunch of Lego games in a bundle for sale. I haven't got it yet. The bundles are for sale on GOG. They're very cheap because they are games that are being preserved. I think moving forward, depending on what the game is, I might just get my games on Good Old Games. Because I can still run them on Linux. I am very grateful that this game will actually run on Linux though. Do not get me wrong. If I could not play the game, I'd probably be even more upset than what I am right now.
それどうやって使うものなの？え、そりゃ火に入れるんですよ。何これ？火力が強くない？
Those blurry ass textures.
燃料。いや、それともちょっと違うような。
Fucking how?
不思議なものがあるんだね。そろそろイサイさんの家に行こうか。
Is that like, it's not even the sharpness scanning. I'm on quality. I'm not messing with that setting. Like, the settings are fucking unexcusable. It sucks. It's probably this. This is probably what's going on. But turn that off. Yeah, that's what's happening. That's what's making it blurry. The variable rate shading is making it blurry. So if you turn it off, hopefully it won't suck. Yeah, it looks much better. Don't turn variable rate shading on unless you run a potato. But for now, run the game at 30 FPS because the game has shit optimization. Or get a second computer and, you know, benefit from that. Oh my god. I'm gonna be up for a while, provided that this game is running fine.
この子たちが助けてもらったと本当に何と言ってよいのやら。いらっしゃい。
どうぞ座って。
改めてお招
At
き
least the game looks naturally better.
感謝しているのはこっちです。たくさん食べていってください。
美味しそう。ありがとうございます。
Because the way I think, the way it's textured, so the way this game is doing things, it's like it's not only doing texture streaming, it's also encoding the frame rate. And if you lower the frame rate, it's doing half the encoding, which is not hitting OBS as hard.
いただこう。
That is what I think is going on. And I think the guy at Digital Foundry, the one I watched today, is pretty much on the money
いい
with it.
香りですね。麦の一種ですか？
Honestly, I'd believe them over a lot of people because they have pretty accurate results. Gooey. Cheese on pita bread. Don't mind if I do. Yum. Pizza. Soup.
安心する味。
My character looked gorgeous. Wow. Meal effects.
素晴らしい食事をありがとうございました。皆さんお忙しそうでしたのに。
いえいえ、お招きできて本当に良かった。
あのまま別れたのが気になっていたんです。
村の近くで体毛の長いモンスターを見た。
それなら土砂熊ですね。いつも森にいるんだけどな。
森があるのですか？
ええ、川を遡って草地を越えた先に。最近は土砂熊をよく見たり、外に出した家畜が襲われたりといろいろ
Oh,
あ
I
るけ
bitch
ど、
so much, I'm tired.
村には鳴子がありますし。
Regardless, the game's fine right now.
それだけじゃ不安じゃない？
And I think I'm probably gonna find that video and upload my my settings
風音石が触れ合う音は
for anybody running a similar setup like I
そっ
am.
くりなんです。
So I think that'd be doing it a service.
村に入り込まないのですね。
Also, the garbage never ends. Also,
しばらく先ですね。それまでにいろいろ備えないといけないんです。
風だけじゃなく雷もすごいと聞きました。大変です
is
ね。
now garbage. Use Libre Wolf or Fire Dragon, which I'm probably gonna switch to Fire Dragon given stuff I'm using.
来たら困るじゃなくて？
だって砂嵐の後は
Libre Wolf was pretty good, but like Libre Wolf wouldn't let me load Twitter. But then again, I might not even worry about it. Just use what I have until it breaks, and just keep Fire Dragon on
待ちに待った
standby.
実りの時期なんですよ。
ナタ君はお家を探しているんだってね。ずっと頑張っているんだね。
森人という一族です。ご存知ありませんでしょうか？
ごめんね。何も知らなくてね。悔しいよ。
帰りたいね。
みんなに会いたい。今里がどうなっているかわからない。でもきっと大丈夫。
それではそろそろおいとましましょう。今日は本当にありがとうございました。
もっとゆっくりしていっても。
砂嵐への備えもあるでしょうし、これ以上は。ごちそうさま。すっごく美味しかった。
ありがとう。
ごちそうさまでした。
ではベースキャンプに戻りましょうか。さてこれからですが、
森に向かおう。
土砂熊ですよね。私も気になりました。万が一もありますし調査してみましょうか。ですが 今日はもう休みましょう。調査は日を改めてからですね。じゃあ明日は私があなたを連れて行くよ。森に続く道で待ち合わせよう。
了解。では明日。
Okay. Alright. Mission complete.
「新たな地域に行くからには十分に準備しましょう。ジェマさんとナタは後から合流するそうです。
Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna... Oh, iron mask trappings. Oh, that's cool. I like that. Cool. Like that a lot. I'm gonna just go ahead and see if I could buy ammo. Radiant center. Do I not get barrels to change? Oh well. Where the fuck do I buy ammo? Does that happen? Oh, probably from this dude. Pierce ammo. Okay,
さて、何が必要なんだ？いつでも寄ってくれよ。
guess we'll just not worry about it for now. Game froze. This game has problems. It genuinely does.
私も素材を集めました。一時保管ポーチのご確認を。
How do I switch weapons? Cool.
ごめん、待たせたね。大丈夫ですよ。皆さん揃いましたね。
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this game causing issues like this. Hopefully it gets patched out.
いやいや、ではこの目で見に参りましょうか。
そういえば星の隊が先に森に行ってベースキャンプを作ってるんだっけ。
ええ、早々に向かったそうで。
マジいいな。何者だろうあの人たち。こっちの森ってどんなところなのかな。
きっと砂漠よりも植物が豊かな場所だろう。草食モンスターもそれを捕食する肉食モンスターも多そうだ。
そんな環境にもし人の住まいがあったとしたら、どんな方々でどんな暮らしなんでしょうね。
Okay.
僕早く森に行って皆さんの調査の役に立ちたいです。
見えてきましたよ。
行こう。
すごい。だよ。
なんでだろう。
成り立ちが気になりますね。
おい、こっちだ。
森にいる昆虫は花とか根とか実とか葉とかをめぐってのいくつかの共生系のうち送粉共生系に当たるんだけどさ、昆虫類が体に花粉をくっつけて、まあこれ
お願い。来ると思っていた。
思うところありまして。あ、運びます。
ありがとう。
んたちって今までどんな活動を？
オリビアでいい。そうだな、ギルドには特殊な任務を受けようチームがいくつかある。私たちはそのうちの一つだ。
それって筆頭チームの？
こっちがエリック、
I'll be right back.
生物学者。知り合いだったかな。
Hopefully the game doesn't crash my computer by
学
the time I
術
come
院
back.
でお名前だけは。というかこの方を知らない人はいませんでした。
この森最高。よかった。
で、あっちがベルナー、技術畑だな。有名なところで言えば流撃砲の原理の開発者の一人だ。
後で話を聞かせてくださいよ。
ところで村はどうだった？
はい、お話を伺うことができました。森人の情報は得られませんでしたが、気になったことが。土砂熊というモンスターです。森を離れ村の近くに姿を見せているのだとか。村にあるのはモンスターよけの鳴子のみ。彼ら曰く問題ないとのことでしたが。
ならば簡易キャンプを建て、そこを起点に土砂熊調査を行うのはどうだ？
さっき良さそうな場所を見つけたんだ。案内するよ。
ありがとう。お願いしたい。
了解。後で声をかけてね。
Hi, D-man. I know. I was in the restroom. Lazy ass streamer. Shake my head. Alright. I'm back.
標本の瓶は何本あったらいいと思う？
何本でも後悔するのだろう。
Okay.
あ、来たか。
準備はいい？
今回は私たちも
それじゃあ行こうか。
この赤い川をたどろう。
水が赤く見える原因はいろいろ考えられるよ。例えば特定のプランクトンが赤とか、他には植物由来の腐食酸が溶け出た結果とか。ここまで赤くなるのはあまりないと思うけどね。もっと珍しい例ではモンスターの影響で海が赤く見える現象なんてのも報告されていて。ああ、大丈夫。ここの水は人体に害はないよ。
Okay.
飲んでも平気だった。
飲んだんですか？
止められた試しがない。気づいているか？周囲に小型生物の気配を感じる。
確かにさっきからちらほらと。
そうなの？ちょっと調べてもいい？
簡易キャンプを立ててからだ。だがそうだな、敵意はなさそうだが警戒はしておこう。
あちらの流れは水が透明ですね。
どこから流れてきているんだろうね。そうだ、このままみんなで流れをたどってみようか。
簡易キャンプを立ててからな。
それにしても広い森ですね。面白いものがたくさんあります。それに何もかもが生き生きとしていて。
ああ、見たいもの、調べたいもの、集めたいものがたくさんある。ありすぎる。寄り道したい。気が散ってしょうがない。いっそのこと
Alright.
ここに住んでしまおうか。
ほらほら、集中。ま、いつものことなんだがな。
ここだよ。
設営しよう。
砂熊調査を開始しましょう。
痕跡を探すんだね。僕らも手伝うよ。
痕跡はベースキャンプからここまでの間にもありそうですね。そこから当たってみましょうか。見てください。茶色の体毛があります。
土砂熊の特徴よく見。これは
もう少し探してみよう。これはなんだ？土砂熊のものではなさそうだな。
ここにもあるな。この爪痕、
落ちている。
もしか。
この奥にもシルベムシが反応しているな。
これはラバラバリナの綿毛。
ラバラバリナとは？
強角種のモンスターだよ。ほら、独特の麻痺毒種。まだあるかも。きっとそうだよ。ラバラバリナだ。この匂いだと麻痺毒の含有量は少なそうかな。ほら、こっちにも。色あせてない。
Oh wow.
住処が近い。いいよいいよ、とても深刻だよ。これってやっぱり最高じゃない？
頼もしいだろう。いつもああなんだ。
まさか一人で？
Oh shit.
ラバラバリナの麻痺毒にやられて。
巣に触れれば奴を呼び寄せるだろう。だが
いいか。
サポートを頼む。
Okay.
エボスケ。
任せろ。
すまない。
オリビアさん、エリックさんを連れてキャンプへ。
Okay. God. Turf war. Okay. So far, so good. No. Oh shit. Oh, cool.
お疲れ様でした。ベースキャンプに戻りましょう。
君たちのおかげでエリックが無事だった。本当にありがとう。
おかげで助かったよ。実は今も、
それで
エリックも目をそこでなのだが、先ほどナタと話どうだろう。一時私たちにナタを預けてくれないか。唯一の目撃者の力を貸していただきたい。
ナタ、どうする？
僕手伝ってきます。皆さんの役に立ちたい。君は立派だ。これは君にしかできない。心から感謝する。
分かった。頑張っておいで。私たちは簡易キャンプへ向かいましょう。ナタならきっと大丈夫。
Let's see what we got.
武器の強化、そういうわけで。さてと、完璧。さあ、完璧。
Okay. Ooh, alloy. That. Cool, cool. Interesting. Didn't I get equipped? Ooh, talisman. I meant to. Rest of the game didn't crash.
ましょう。悪意はないと思います。思います。
Alright. So far, so good.
蜂蜜を取っているんですね。森は我々のもの。ものもの。
The Linians? Is there gonna be an update so we get a Linian as well as a Palico? That'd be crazy if we did. I'd take that. I still like the Shakalaka a lot better though. Like, no joke, with the mask and shit, peak.
逆らうことなどできません。もちろん他の荷物も大事です。見てください。あちこちに。危ないよ。下敷きなるよ。
Okay.
大丈夫でしょうか。大丈夫でしょう。随分と古い建造物ですね。これはいつ頃作られたものなのですか。さあ。ねえ、着いたった。おお、こちらが。登って登って。おいでよ。おいでよ。この奥のようです。
The Linian negotiator?
ほほう。ひれ伏せなさい、ものもの。ここは偉大なる我々のリュウルート。この森は我々モリバーのもの。自由許されません。
これはかなり古い時代の言葉ですね。いろいろ混ざっていますが。ごきげんよう。我々は無害です。あの小さな家を返していただけませんか。
なりません。正当なるシャバ代です。ですが取引しようよ。我々のあの桃色の毛は大層素晴らしい。しかし煙は匂いますね。とても大きなものを追い払えば寛大な我々は小さな家を返すをしましょう。
桃色の毛とはババコンガでしょうか。エリックさんによるババコンガこちらに。
I'll be right back. I am back. I've returned. A Kongala? We gotta fight a Kongala of all monsters. Try booty.
土地の使用量という意味だと思います。 何か聞こえますね。
おそらくいびきだ。静かに歩いて近づこう。
Okay. Kongala, a series staple. Okay. I'm switching back to the other one. I don't know why this is not the right sharpness. I still need notification? Oh, because I'm not in streamer mode.